That's what I do to certain people. You don't gotta reply. They don't pay your phone bills. The hell? They sure don't. They don't pay for your phone bill. They don't pay for none of that. What they gonna do? Pull up to your house? Now that's crazy. If they pull up to your house, that's crazy. That's actually would be insane. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my podcast, What's the Tea? How's everyone? So before I start this episode, I want to give a shout out to my cousin Wanda who put me on to this lychee. I love the brand Bartenuto wine, but I love lychee as well. So that is what I'm drinking in my cup. All right, guys. So we're going to get into this episode. And this episode, again, I write everything down on my notes. And on today's episode, we will be discussing boundaries. This is not your typical, I don't know, I don't like this, but whatever. I mean, no, you're going to stand your ground. You are going to say what you don't like, what you like, and we move on from there. We're not here to spare other people's feelings just so that yours is minimized and belittled and not respected, because we have to stand on business. So, yeah. This is for you to protect your feelings, protect your integrity, protect yourself. And honestly, if people don't appreciate you setting boundaries for yourself, then you have to let them go. And it's okay to let them go, because at the end of the day gotta end. And if nobody is respecting your boundaries or how you're feeling after someone does something to you that you don't like and you've repeated it multiple times, then deuces. Let's go to the episode, guys. What are boundaries? Boundaries are not you putting your wall up, letting somebody continue to disrespect you, or people having access to you even after you put boundaries. Boundaries are that door that you lock with keys, and it's very limited access to who you let in. Because at the end of the day, you can limit your access to your relationship, family, friends, work, whatever the case may be. You can create that locked door and boundaries, and that means you're really standing on business. Honestly, for me, boundaries is not something that you, or how would I say it? Boundaries is not you controlling others, is actually you controlling yourself from what other people are doing to you. So, for example, I created a boundary where I'm going to give a real raw example with my person who's allegedly my father. Before, I would let him, how he would speak to me or treat me, like really get to me. Now it's like, as soon as I hear his tone of voice or how he responds or whatever the case may be, I'm hanging up that phone real quick. I'm not going to tolerate that. Even with relationship, as soon as I see something that I don't like, that I already previously engaged with, that I already know how it will go down, baby, I am leaving out that door very quickly. With friendships as well, like you have to set your boundaries too. Like one of my friends and I, we had a little conversation because I'm not perfect. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect, and I crossed a boundary and I admitted to it, and I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I do apologize. Because that's just the type of person that, like, if I know like I crossed that boundary, joking or not, it's still don't cross that boundary, you know? So I feel like that with everyone, it should honestly be like that. You have to set your boundaries in order for you to feel respected, and other people have to know that you're not joking, because you don't like, you wouldn't like if that person did that to you. So for example, like if I'm setting the boundaries and you keep disrespecting me, you're showing me that you really don't care for my feelings, care for my friendship, or whatever we have got going on. You worried about you. And then at the end of the day, you're going to make me look like the bad guy because I've already told you, babe, bájale el tono because you disrespecting me. I feel like once you start putting up boundaries with people, that's when you're really going to start glowing the fuck up. Because once you start protecting your peace and once you start not letting people with their bullshit talking about like, they get, oh, get blah, blah, blah. No. Once you have that, excuse me, what you said, out the door. Let's say I'm in a dinner or whatever. I will walk out that door. Honest to God, I will walk out that door for my peace, for boundaries. No. And I feel like certain people, once you tell them your boundaries, certain people will take that as a joke. And they will sit here and joke about your boundaries, or they'll use the boundaries that you set to trigger you. And I feel like that's disrespectful, because I feel like now you're just like, now you playing with me. And because you're playing with me, now I gotta remove everything that you've known about me, blocked. Again, like I said in my other episodes, I'm the queen of blocking people. I block my mom, father, siblings, everything. Trust. I'll block. And once you start putting your foot down with these people that cross the line with your boundaries and everything, guess what? Respect for yourself teaches other people to how to respect you. Because if you don't respect yourself first, baby, who you think is going to respect you? Crickets, thank you. That's what I said. Why are boundaries so hard? We were raised to be super nice and stuff like that, and not really be honest, because certain people think that being nice, being honest is too harsh, and like, oh my God, you hurt my feelings, you hurt my boundaries. No, I feel like you have to be as honest as possible, because I don't want to live in a world where people are sugarcoating things around me, you know? So, and some people may seem that as you're being rude, disrespectful, or difficult to be with. I'm setting boundaries. I'm the type of person, I love to be as honest as possible with my friends or whatever. So it's like, if there's a boundary that I don't want anybody to cross, I will let you know. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, like how I really speak is very like aggressive and this and the third, but that's just how I speak. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but it's just like, people are gonna take that and be like, this bitch is so fucking mean. I understand that she's trying to protect her, but she couldn't say it in a better tone. No, that's just how I am. If you're my friend, you should know how I really am. So when you start placing boundaries, and especially to people who are not open-minded or have never put boundaries up for themselves, it start to feel like you don't want to lose people, right? Because it's like, damn, I'm setting this boundary, and I feel like if I set this, then we can't hang out, or we can't talk about this, or because of that, because in that other person's mindset is going to be like, oh, this, they're going to look at you as like, oh, this person is so sensitive. This person is so like, you can't even speak to them because she's going to feel like her boundaries were, no, like, respect. That's all I'm asking for. Respect. Like, let's just whatever. Like, that's if this is the line and this is my boundaries and this is whatever, like, don't cross it or try to like tippy toe around it. Like, no, let's just leave it right there, right in the middle. And when you start setting boundaries, you know, a lot of no's is gonna come out. But at the beginning, for me, it will always be scary because it's like, I should have said yes because I did it prior. But every time I did say yes, like, I was the one ended up getting hurt and stuff like that. So you become actually scared and afraid to really set boundaries with your parents, your relationship, your friends, work and stuff like that, because you fear that things just won't be the same. And then we also start feeling guilty when we start choosing ourselves, because once you start setting your boundaries and stuff like that, you become, well, for me, I became more reserved, more like, I observed more, and you know, you become more to yourself. Growing up and being taught that certain things didn't matter, that's where you become very guilty when you want to do things for yourself, because you lived for everyone else. You thought you gave a fuck about everybody else's opinion, but now that it's your rule, your world, your boundaries, your everything, you start feeling guilty, right? Because it's how you were brought up, your mindset, people around you. So, and I want you guys to realize something, and this is true. People who get mad at you for setting boundaries and protecting yourself from bullshit were people who benefited from you having none. And what do I mean by that? If I'm protecting myself and setting boundaries, those people are going to be like, damn, I can't control this girl anymore. I can't be how I was with her before she started setting her boundaries and setting her rules and protecting herself. I can't manipulate her anymore. So now I'm pissed. Now I'm mad. And now now it's a one-sided beef, because this person who felt like they had you like this no longer has access to you, because now you started setting boundaries. Think about that. I feel like people should have the followings. What type of boundaries you have to have, right? What type of boundaries do you set? So, emotional. Like, if I say no is no. And maybe prior I used to say yes and stuff like that, but now it's like, no, I don't want to put that energy anymore for that same reason. It drained me before. I'm not doing it. And if they don't understand, goodbye. Another emotional boundary is, and I used to let people do this a lot, I would take on other people's problem and dump trauma on me, and I'm like, fuck, because you actually consume that a lot, to be honest. And I did that to my friends too, and I feel like that's why I stopped like telling most of my friends like whatever I have got going on, because sometimes you notice how they will react and stuff like that. But for me, it was more so like, they got their own fucking problems and I'm adding on to their plate. That's not fair. I have to deal with this on my own. So stop letting people dump traumas on you, expecting you to fix it for them. No. Another thing is saying, hey, you hurt my feelings when you said X, Y, and Z. And I feel like communication is important when it comes to setting boundaries, because you have to explain to them once, don't explain more than that. You have to explain to them once, hey, you hurt my feelings because of X, Y, and Z. Say what you have to say in the most clear, precise way. And then you can also hear the other side as well. And then just get to an agreement like, hey, moving forward, my boundaries are X, Y, and Z. Another boundary is time boundaries, right? So don't be available for someone 24/7 when all you know is that they're gonna disrespect you, dump shit on you, and stuff like that. No, sorry, I'm unavailable right now. Because you need time for yourself, you need time to do whatever. And if you're not in the mental capability to hear bullshit, no, you're disrespecting your own boundary. Nope, that's it. I'm sorry, I'm unavailable. I cannot do this right now. Stop being accessible 24/7. You have to let these people know that no matter what, they don't have 24/7 in your life to be like, I'm texting you, I'm calling you, why you didn't pick up? I know that you're... If I'm on Instagram scrolling, I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. Okay, and I don't feel the need to speak to you at this current moment. I don't feel the need to speak to nobody. I have my moments where I don't want to speak to anybody. I'll text you like, hey, I don't want to speak. Most of the time, I do have to be on my phone because of work purposes. But other than that, if I'm in one of those moods where I really don't want to speak to people, you're not going to get nothing from me. And this is another thing, too, that goes to, like, social media. People will always find a way to get in contact with you. If they couldn't get you through text messages or whatever, they're going to find a way to DM you, hit you up. Leave them on red. If you literally just texted prior saying, hey, I don't want to speak to nobody, what makes you think I'm going to respond to you on fucking Instagram? Now I'm going to leave you on red, dumbass. That just pissed me off because you're just reminding me about somebody. And going back to text messages too, like, if you see a text message and it's somebody trauma dump on you or whatever, you don't have the right to leave them on red. Turn your red receipt on. That's what I do to certain people. You don't gotta reply. They don't pay your phone bills. The hell? They sure don't. They don't pay for your phone bill. They don't pay for none of that. What they gonna do? Pull up to your house? No, that's crazy. If they pull up to your house, that's crazy. That's actually would be insane. I'll call the cops. You're trespassing. I don't know who this person is. Another boundary would be relationship, right? I feel like with relationships, and this is what I will do moving forward, is set boundaries in the very beginning. If you start setting your boundaries in the very beginning, in my personal opinion, I feel like that's where you will know if the relationship is gonna zoop or flop. Do not accept bare minimum. The fuck? You are too pretty, you are too handsome to be accepting others people bare minimum. Because at the very beginning, they were bringing you flowers every day, this and the third, and then towards 3 months in, 2 months in, or whatever, they want to start digressing down. And the last one is with family. Families, you gotta set your motherfucking boundaries. Especially like I'm Dominican, but a Dominican mom. And I was raised with my Dominican side mostly. And you need to set boundaries with them. Because ay, tú sí estás gorda. Ay, que el otro. Ay, nothing. What happened to your husband, huh? Don't your husband have like a whole other separate family? Didn't he cheat on you with a minor? Start saying no, sweetheart. With families, you have to start saying no. Just because, I don't know, you're further in life and you got your degree and stuff like that. No, start saying no. It's hard. It's hard. It's mean to say, honestly, but start saying no. Because they're not gonna I think the first boundary has to be with families. Because that's where you're like, certain things come from. Families. In my instance, for example, like I have certain family members that'll be like, oh, how's your dad? And I'm like, he's good. Oh, but you should go visit him. Oh, but you should do this. Oh, but you should do that. If I don't fucking want to, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Simple as that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, no. I'm like, he's a grown-ass man. He could do as he please. I'm not doing that. No. For your mental health and everything, I feel like with families, you should keep your distance. I keep my distance from certain people in my family. I keep my distance from my real father. I keep my distance from a lot of things. Because I know myself. I know how I can get and how disrespectful. And I would hit below the belt type shit. Like, yeah. My mouth is... Whoever knows me knows that my mouth is very reckless. And I really don't care what comes out of my mouth. Because it's like, I will swing on a bitch. But I'm learning as the older I'm getting that keep your distance to avoid certain people seeing you from there. And then you're actually disrespecting yourself too, because it's like, if you tell yourself, I'm not going to fight, that's one of my boundaries, then why are you searching knowing that the problem is X, Y, and Z, and that will cause the problem? No. No, I think I'm good. Keep your distance. And lastly, how to set your boundaries without feeling guilty. I think this is the easiest one, and it's saying no. Can you do my nails? No. Especially if you're not gonna pay me? No, baby. Nothing in life is free anymore. That was at the beginning because I needed, certain things. But now I'm at a point where, Jazz, can you... Or people will be like, Jazz, oh my God, how are you? Blah, 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 blah. Can you... No. You only want to hit me up when you need something from me? I'm your whatever all of a sudden because you gaining benefits from me? Shit, man. Shout out to my cousin Vanessa. She spoke truth to me. I love you, baby girl. The godmother of my kids. Or things like, sorry, I can't make it today, maybe another day. Because people have to understand, you work, you do everything and this and the third and blah, blah, blah. You really don't want to be going out. Oh, you never want to go out. Then you come to my house. If you want to see me so bad, you come. Crickets again. Damn. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Nope. If it's no, it's no. If it's I no longer want you to be around me, they have to accept it because whatever the case may be. Sorry, these are my rules and regulations of how to move forward with me. That is it. Straight to the point, simple. You don't have to write a long ass text message with bullet points and introduction and out introduction, a body paragraph to tell them like, yo, I can't fuck with you because of X, Y. No, I cannot fuck with you because you did this, and that. That's it. Go straight to the point. That's it. Stop wasting my time. And with that, it will come either people will adjust to your boundaries and your regulations and rules, or they're going to get the fuck out. Either way is a fucking win. A win is a win. A win is a win, ladies and gentlemen. You guys to know that choosing yourself and putting yourself first will offend a lot of people, and especially those people that used to have access to you 24/7 and they whatever the hell they wanted to do. So once you start choosing yourself, you're gonna see a lot of people pissed, I tell you. Thank you so much for watching this podcast, and until the next time. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with What's the Tea? Boundaries was the theme of today's video. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like, and let me know in the comments what are your boundaries, because I feel like everybody has. So what are your boundaries? Thank you so much for watching my episode. It was honestly an honor to be here once again and be that bitch, because clearly I am. So bye, guys.